Alright, update on ApeCoin. So the bulls are continuing the rally since my last video. Let's see where we are from yesterday. So yeah, we're having a nice pump. I think I talked about this yesterday. The most important region to get above was your 618 Fibonacci at $15.28. We said once we get above there, then, you know, in my opinion at least, there is not really anything else in our way of coming up to the 1.618 Fibonacci extension at $23 other than the previous all-time high. And now we are above the 618 Fibonacci. We're even pressing up above the 786 as well. I mean, this is really good. We're really having a big push up very fast. The only zone getting in our way of this 52% increase we were talking about is the previous all-time high now, which we're not far away from. You know, if I take a measure move tool, you can see a further 9.69% increase would probably catapult us with a lot of momentum above the previous all-time high. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, my EMA ribbons and momentum indicators do not work on the daily because, well, as you can see, I mean, ApeCoin has really only been around for just over a month, so we will need to give it a few more days, unfortunately, before I can use the daily. The long-term moving average still hasn't loaded in on the EMAs, so we will be coming over to the 4-hour. Let's check out what's going on the 4-hour. Since our last correction, I mean, we had this huge bullish run-up, and what's so bullish about this is we reset the momentum, and we've basically snatched the bearish momentum out of the hands of the bears. The bears, you know, we kind of gave them a breadcrumb and was like, you know, hold this while we come down, and then we just tied up our shoelaces, slapped the bears in the face, and took the momentum back. So we're really picking up that bullish momentum again. I've talked about this before, how the market moves in waves. We have these bullish impulses and bearish impulses, bullish impulses and bearish impulses, and we're about to switch over, in my opinion at least, to another large bullish impulse. Now, I think this one could be crazier than anything we've seen before. Specifically for ApeCoin, the last bullish impulse we had was absolutely unrivaled with anything we've seen before in ApeCoin, and the last bearish impulse we had just underneath this bullish impulse to the upside was completely snagged out of the hands of the bears. We've literally, like I said, we dropped a breadcrumb on the floor for the bears. They tried to pick it up and we smacked them in the face, and the momentum is coming back for the bulls. You can see on the 4-hourly, not in the last 4-hourly candle, but this has only been out for 2 hours. As far as I can tell, we are just correcting on the 786 Fibonacci, as probably to be expected when we are coming up to these levels. We've rejected off this point once before, so it might take us 4 hours, another couple of hours or so, before we do have a bounce coming in for ApeCoin. Like I said, the 4-hourly is pushing up in favor of the bulls. We've already reset at the heart line. I think the next move is going to be a big impulse, and I even think that this next squeeze mom flip is going to beat the last bullish impulse we saw. And from when we started losing momentum down here on the 18th of April, we soon had a 60% pump. I've been talking about this 52% pump. I don't think that's too far-fetched. From this 53 really, from this 53% pump that we predicted a day or so ago, we're up about 10%, so congratulations to everyone who did get in on that. I had a few messages from people saying they got in, and, you know, obviously congratulations. We were up yesterday, we're up today, and, you know, we're starting to look good. So I still do have my price target up here at $23. That is my preferred take profit region. I think that's very reasonable. The market cap of Ape is pretty large from what I can tell, and while in the future I do believe it is going to come up to all of these price targets, $43 included, in my opinion the 1.618 at $23 is going to be a nice place to hedge your bets, take some profit in the short term, because bear in mind, if we do have this huge impulse to the side, you know, I think it will carry us to $23. You know, best case scenario, we could see an impulse up to the 2.618 at $30. So I really have my eyes on topping out for the next local top at $23 and $30. Like I said, we always move in waves. We had this bullish phase, we had this bearish phase, we had this bullish phase. We just led into a tiny bear phase, and now we're moving up to the next bullish phase. I want to hedge my bets, so the next time ApeCoin has a correction, I will be taking a little bit of profit at each of these levels, you know, $30 and $23 respectively, and I plan to dynamically DCA into the market the next time ApeCoin has its drop. But don't get it twisted. We're only literally just having this squeeze mom flip on the 4 hour. I'm not saying we're going to top out in the next day, the next week. I'm not even saying we're going to top out in the next month. It is just something to keep your eyes on. I do think the next local top, I don't personally see us breaking above $31, at least in the next month or so. I think your most bullish scenario could be we could come up to something like this, you know, have a back test to the 1.618 and then have a big explosion to the upside. The market cap of Ape is huge. I don't think it's just going to go like this. I could be wrong, but, you know, we're already in decent profits for Ape. Like I said, I'll probably be taking maybe 25% of my profits at $23. I'll see how the market reacts. If we have a huge rejection, I'll take a larger percent of profit. I'll buy back in on the previous all-time high at $18. If we keep pushing up, coming up to the 2.618, I'll probably pull about 50% of my profits at the 2.618, looking to dynamically DCA as we go back down to our lower Fibonacci regions. But in the short term, that being said, momentum is clearly in favor of the bulls. I think we're about to have a huge momentum shift, one we have not seen before, one that rivals this previous huge run-up that we've been having in the past couple of weeks. ApeCoin looks great to me. We also came back and retested these 4-hourly EMAs. On the daily, we're not even near our daily EMAs. Like obviously the whole EMA ribbon hasn't loaded in, but you can see our short-term moving average. Oh my gosh, what have I done? Our short-term moving average has loaded in all the way down here. It is the first line at the top. It's just the long-term moving averages haven't loaded in. That's why we're not seeing the full EMA, but we're miles away. It looks great to me, and you know, like I said, this 786 and this all-time high is really going to be the only thing getting in the way of the next huge impulse for ApeCoin. So if we do have a slight correction, we have huge support at the 618 fib down here at $15.32. Keep your eyes on there. That is my worst case scenario in the short term. Like I said, I think momentum is clearly in favor of the bulls. I think worst case we do something like this. I think it's more likely we could just chop around this 786 for a bit before having a greater impulse. That is all I see for ApeCoin. I'm still holding my ape. Let me know what price targets you're looking to take profit at. I'm looking to take profit in these regions. Once again, if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe, share this information with your friends. And as always, this isn't financial advice. It is just my opinion on the market. And you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.